Moneycontrol and Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund present Sahi hai Pathshala.
So if you look at the world around us, you'll see that there are quite a few things happening. There's a geopolitical crisis, there's a war brewing in one part of the world, there are inflation fears, there are recession fears. So in the midst of all of this, I mean, it's natural to feel a little bit scared about how your portfolio is going to perform, but one needs to learn how to be resilient in the face of such unsettling events and not shatter under pressure. To help you do just that, Moneycontrol.com has instituted a series, Sahi hai Pathshala, in association with Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund. And the objective of this investor education initiative is to handhold you on how to create a mutual fund portfolio which can enhance returns in a bull market while managing risks in a bear market, thereby highlighting the key tenets of a pro portfolio. Hello and welcome to this brand new series. I'm Sumaira Abidi, and joining me today is Amit Purohit, Head of Digital Business at Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Funds. And today we're talking about Flexi Cap funds. So Amit, thank you very much for joining in. And the first thing, before we talk about Flexi Cap funds, I want to ask is that, the universe of mutual fund schemes is what, 1,200 plus at current reckoning. So is it really necessary? Isn't 1,200 a lot of schemes?
So thank you, Sumaira. I think it's a great question. And if you see the Indian context, out of close to 140 crore Indians, I think we would have close to 3 crore plus investors as we speak. So the thing is, the more number of investors, I think we need to give them some amount of choices because they come in different stages of life. You would see many customers who are there since last 25 years with us, and many customers are joining the bandwagon as we speak. And as we know, financial literacy or awareness is increasing so quickly that there are a lot of new investors coming in. So I feel somehow to serve various needs of consumer life stages, I think we have these schemes, and every scheme will serve its own purpose. Just give an example. We feel liquid funds are the best funds for someone who is entering into investing markets for the first time because, they can touch and feel the investment habits of liquid funds and then slowly move on to various other long-term investment, funds or the products that we have. So I feel after the recategorization, there is a need for something like this as a number for investors to choose and pick from various stages of life stages that they are into.
Just like a very, very, very large buffet table, right?
Yes,
you
yes,
pick
yes.
and choose what you like.
Absolutely.
Okay. So now Flexi Cap funds were introduced, and to my mind, this is a special category because it's the only one where the fund manager has a place or space to exercise their entire creative freedom, right? So the philosophy for which you're investing can be truly exercised in this fund. Is that the only reason that sets Flexi Cap funds apart? I mean, what is the reason that we have seen the kind of inflows that have come in that it's almost as big a category now as the large cap funds?
So Flexi Caps have become a darling for investors for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons could be that, as we drive cars, we see that in cars there are auto gears, and you see a lot of people opting for auto gears. So what appears is on the auto, it appears very simple that you put the car into the gear and it will kind of run on its own, and it will optimize a lot of things all the way from, giving convenience to you to giving a better mileage to giving better experience. And also Flexi Caps are also like that. So what is seen on the front end is very simple thing, Flexi Caps are there. But what goes like an auto gear of a car is very complex mechanism which a pro person like a fund manager can manage on the back end, looking at a lot of various scenarios in the market, all the way from macro to to micro scenarios in the country, and also and fund manager has the best visibility, like how you anchor and how we manage our businesses. Fund managers are pro and experts in managing where what to invest in the Flexi Cap category itself, so that there are best returns which can be optimized.
So depending on the current environment, they will optimize the strategy for the Flexi Cap fund, right? But what kind of an investor is this suited for, right? You said that there are funds to cater to different kinds of investors. So is there a special kind of investor who should be considering investing in a flexi cap fund, or is this more like a starter pack that anybody could look at?
So I will, contrary to that, I will feel it is a must-have fund for all investors. So you know, from all the way from investors with a lot of experience to the people who kind of join the bandwagon afresh. The fund is created in such a way that, you know, it serves the purpose for all investors, you know, all the way from, you know, all the age groups, all the, you know, vintage which people have and all. The pure reason is the fund manager is on the back managing, you know, which, you know, kind of fund to invest into. Suppose an example is when markets are doing good and fund manager has the visibility that, you know, for a reasonable period of time, market is going to do good. So automatically they will adjust and put little more focus onto mid cap and small caps. At the same time, when markets are kind of little volatile, fund manager automatically with his own wisdom and obviously the experience will move allocation to the large caps. So if you see, this is what the, be it a vintage or be it a new customer would want, saying that, you know, at a minimum risk, still why, how and how my fund or my allocation should work. So according to me, it works for every investor and it should be actually the core portfolio wherein, you know, people should invest into. That's what we feel, and, you know, we have seen reasonable amount of returns also for across the bandwagon, across the, you know, the investment, you know, pattern that you see, number of years. It has seen so many cycles of market all the way from 2008 to 2014, recently 2020 because of COVID. And almost all flexi caps have done phenomenally well as compared to the, you know, normal funds.
But you're saying it should be the core for what reason? Is it for return maximization or risk mitigation? I
feel it is a mix of both. So since the expert fund manager is managing, and, you know, just now we touched upon that when markets are in a way little volatile, the fund manager automatically will shift you know, allocation towards large caps. And that's the beauty of flexi cap. So flexi cap by design and by definition doesn't have any fixated percentages saying that, you know, you can allocate only 25% of, you know, your mid or small cap to, you know, to the fund. It is, the flexibility is given to the fund manager. So he will kind of check the market, and when markets are volatile, he will put little larger allocations towards, you know, towards the large caps to take care of the risk. When he sees that there is a long road for markets to perform better and there are scenarios which are helping markets to do well, then the allocation will automatically be shifted to small and mid caps. So it is at the same time, it is, you know, taking care of the risk. It is also optimizing for returns.
Okay, but so you're recommending the flexi cap fund in the pro portfolio, right? What else comes along with it? I mean, you know, what would complement the nature of a flexi cap fund?
So as we said, there is this inherent nature of the fund to be flexible. You know, the investor doesn't have to have the hassle or inconvenience of putting at various time horizons and in various market situations, you know, taking out from somewhere and putting it to somewhere. So there is inherent convenience, flexibility. At the same time, you have an assurance of a seasoned fund manager, which comes along saying that, you know, don't worry, no matter how the markets will behave, I'm there with you. I'm watching you. I'm watching the markets also. So, and what happens is, you know, with that combination, you know, you tend to perform better as a fund.
Amit, thank you very, very much for joining in and for explaining what a flexi cap is and what it does and basically how it fits into your portfolio. That's about all the time we have today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this informational.
Moneycontrol and Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund present Sahi hai Pathshala. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.